Police officials in Fresno, California are being questioned about the way they're surveilling their residents. And the way they're doing it is a very comprehensive plan, a very comprehensive strategy. Now, they don't do what most police departments do, which is rely on federal databases or local databases. They're using a new software that combines all the databases you could think of and also gives individual scores based on what they've posted in the public, specifically on social media. So let me give you some details on that. A new generation of technology, such as the Beware software being used in Fresno, has given local police officials unprecedented power to peer into the lives of citizens. So just to give you some detailed examples of that, on 57 monitors that cover the walls of the police station, operators zoomed and panned an array of roughly 200 police cameras perched across the city. They could dial up 800 more feeds from the city's schools and traffic cameras, and they soon hope to add 400 more streams from cameras worn on officers' bodies and from thousands from local businesses that have surveillance systems. Officers could also troll a private database that has recorded more than 2 billion scans of vehicle license plates and locations nationwide. If gunshots were fired, a system called Shot Spotter could triangulate the location using microphones strung around the city. Another program called Media Sonar crawled social media looking for illicit activity. Police used it to monitor individuals, threats to schools, and hashtags related to gangs. Now, the last part of that is what I really want to focus on because it's problematic. It's based on what people post on social media, and oftentimes what you post on social media isn't necessarily something you really mean, or it's not representative of who you are. There was a city council member that questioned their strategy in surveilling people, and he's like, well, why don't you use this software on me right now? I want to see what turns up. And so it found that he was green, meaning that he's not a threat. However, his home showed up as yellow, meaning that someone living in that home could be a threat, right? Mm-hmm. And he's like, well, I'm not a threat. You know, no one in my family is a threat. It must be someone who used to live at that house. And so what if we need the police for something and then you guys see that it's a yellow house? You're going to show up, you know, paranoid. And that's not good. It's not an accurate representation of me or my family members.
The police showing up somewhere paranoid? It would never happen in America. Okay, so look, as usual with these things, it's a mixed bag. So if someone you know was hurt in a crime, would you want them to be able to triangulate and find on camera who it was and bring them to justice and punish them? You would. So that's why it's really alluring. It gets people to go, wow, that sounds pretty good. Mm-hmm. Imagine someone you know is mugged or raped or killed. I mean, I want to find the son of a bitch who did it, and this could help us do it. Now, that's the good side. The bad side is, well, okay, now we're into thought crimes as we talk about what they're doing in social media. And then there's the part that's totally misleading. I mean, how many memes have you seen that involve violence when the person didn't mean violence at all? Al Pacino pointing a shotgun, say hello to my little friend. Mm-hmm. He's not actually going to show you his little friend. Okay, but gangster rap, violent movies, Goodfellas, Scarface, whatever it might be, right? Okay, now it's also misleading. Now, and then cops are already trigger happy in this country, and now you're going to show them a yellow light or a red light at a house. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Right.
And then there's a third element of the downside, which is we're all being monitored. And that's Big Brother. So you can't do anything in public now without them having it on tape somewhere.
Exactly. Yeah.
And to me, I don't know if there's something wrong with me, but I don't think so. I think it's a natural human urge. That is unnerving to me. I don't like that. I don't like that the government is tracking me at all times.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. I mean, before, yeah, it makes sense to have certain surveillance systems in place to ensure that, you know, if there's a shooting or a robbery in a public setting, you have some evidence of that. So you can go ahead and prosecute and you can bring people to justice. So you're right, it is a mixed bag. But I think relying on social media in any way, shape, or form is a really bad idea, especially given cases in the past where innocent kids, for instance, got targeted by police officials because they posted rap lyrics on Facebook. Rap lyrics are violent. You know, a lot of rap lyrics are violent. That doesn't mean that the person posting them or even the person who wrote them is a violent person. It's a form of expression. It's a form of art. Some people don't like it. I get that. But again, that's not a representation of the people who post it, oftentimes. So I worry about that, and I do worry about our privacy and feeling comfortable in a public setting. Right now, I don't feel comfortable in a public setting.
And for the moment being, we think that they're going to use it on crime, but even so, it has all of these disadvantages we just listed for you. But imagine it's everywhere, and yes, a lot of the government officials might be decent, good people, and cops might be good people looking to prevent crime. Some of them are not going to be good people, and then they're going to track their wives or ex-wives or ex-husbands or current husbands, and then they're going to say, okay, you went gambling, what kind of massage did you get? Why did you go to the bank? Why did you take out that money, right? Mm-hmm. And why did you see Bob? Why did you see Susie? And on it goes. And now you've given an enormous amount of power to these government officials. Now, some on the right, I hear, don't like that. Mm-hmm. So if you don't like that, you might want to think about this program that's very, very real, okay? And it's coming to a neighborhood near you, and it's about to assess your terror threat.